Hey everyone, welcome back to another kind of get it all done video. So I have a little bit of some DIYs, some outdoor gardening and planting, a little bit of a tour of my backyard. I have a super yummy side dish recipe and dinner idea, easy for summer. And like I said, just a couple little DIYs that I want to share with you guys. So I hope you enjoy this video and thank you so much for stopping by and checking it out. So I wanted to share these planters that my husband made for me on either side of our garage door. He did such a great job. I did already plant in this one yesterday and then I ran out of soil. These things are huge, so they take a lot of soil. So I have one here, and then here's Kova sunbathing in the hot sun. Oh, Kova. And then here is the other one. So this is just a mix that I have to plant, so I'm going to go ahead and plant that. I've just got my big bag of potting mix there and I'm going to plant those. So it just kind of gives you an idea of what they look on either side of the garage, and like I said, he really did such a great job. And then we're getting our rock delivered this week, so all of the mulch area there will be rocks starting hopefully by next weekend. Well, it's 10 tons of rocks, so it might take a little while. Then I went over to Lowe's and I grabbed a couple of more ferns to hang on my trees in the backyard. And then I got some herbs to plant in my raised planter bed. So I have flat leaf parsley. I have a couple flat leaf parsleys. I have a couple basil plants. I have a rosemary, and then I have an Italian oregano here. So I am going to plant those in my raised bed. Go on. Hi. Hi.
I can't believe someone like me is here with somebody like you. There's something about you and I know why. I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's in your smile and in your feet. It's high and low and in between. And I am glad to let you know, but only if you give me a kiss. Yeah, it's no secret at all. It's so obvious to all of us. Yeah, you're perfect, from the way you laugh to the way you behave when you're mad. So perfect, when I see you dance, spin my world around and around. Ooh, I know that you're worth it. Ooh, 'cause girl, you're perfect, amazing. That I'm kissing you, it's not what you expect from someone so perfect. When we go out, it's always fun. You pick me up when I am down, and that's just one of many things that makes me believe that you're a dream. Yeah, it's no secret.
So I wanted to take a quick break from planting and come in and just get my chicken marinating. We love these McCormick Grill Mate packets of different, all their marinades are delicious. This is like the garlic and wine one. We love it so much, but I like to have it marinate at least, I mean, it says at least 20 or 30 minutes, but I like to do it at least for a few hours. So this is earlier in the day. I just wanted to get the chicken marinating. So I always pound out my chicken. I think it just makes it so much more tender. I don't do it a lot, but you saw I just kind of give it, pound it out just a little bit thinner, and it just is so juicy and delicious when it soaks in this marinade after we grill it.
From the way you laugh to the way you behave when you're mad. So perfect, when I see you dance, spin my world around and around. Yeah, you're perfect, from the way you laugh to the way Did you ever stop and think, why spend too much time just getting ready? Let me be honest, I don't know a single thing that I haven't done to make you notice me. Let me be real here. When I see you, my heart starts racing, but I don't know.
Okay, so here is a little look at the planter box all done. Like I said, I have 3 basil plants, I have a rosemary plant, a small little Italian oregano plant, and then 2 parsley plants. And I love this. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a tour of some things around the yard. But we tried to plant a garden in the way back of our house, and unfortunately it just didn't get enough sunlight, so we couldn't really keep the garden going. But here is how this raised planter bed, my husband made this for me. I really want we've had this probably for like 6 years now. It's starting to see its better days down there. You can see the wood starting to get dark, but it's still doing great. I probably got a couple more years out of it, and then he'll just make me another one. So he did a great job. I really want him to make me one more, so maybe I could put a couple little like tomato plants or something in them, but I'm not sure if we'll get to that this year.
What are you doing? What are you doing? You're so silly. You're so silly.
So this is our shed, and the doors are open right now, but there are little planter boxes on either side of the door in front of the windows. So I do need, sorry, it's lawn mowing day. So I do need to get some flowers to put in those 2 flower boxes. So I'll probably get those this week, the whole week. So I just have all of these other pots and plants and lanterns and stuff that I've used, that these were being stored in the shed. So I do need to, these were brand new. I think we just got them on clearance last year. I don't remember why we picked them up, but I know they were dirt cheap. So I'll probably spray paint them. They're like a brown. I'd prefer them to be black or something, but so I'll probably spray paint them. I know we got them for very inexpensive, and I may plant and put those on either side of the shed. They're kind of in front of the windows, but so that the doors can still open, and put some pretty flowers or something in there. So that's my plan for those. So here's one more look at how these turned out. I think they're just so pretty. I'm gonna link the plans that we found on Pinterest that my husband used to make these. I will link that down in the description box, so that if you're interested in making them, I mean, he tweaked them a little bit. The ones he had, the plans he had did not have this top ridge. He just added that on himself. It had kind of little like post things that came up. I really didn't like it. I like this so much better. But otherwise the plans are exactly what he followed, besides putting on that top frame part. So we have had this old milk can or milk jug for a while, and it was painted black, and then it was starting to get some rust on it. So my husband sandblasted it for me to get all the rust off. And then I just picked up some of this paint today, and I'm going to spray paint it. It's a little windy. I'm letting the wind die down a little bit. Then I'll take this outside and I'm going to spray paint it. And then I think I'm going to, with my Cricut, I'm going to write welcome or something, make a vinyl label that says welcome and put it on there in white. So probably going to go in and make that label now.
Like this, chasing and playing and waiting around. It's a shame that my hands start shaking.
So I am just showing you quickly how I make a label on my Cricut. I know not everybody has a Cricut, so I don't want to touch on this too long. If it's something you want a more detailed lesson on, let me know, and I'd be happy to do a video on it. But I'm just trying out different fonts and trying to figure out what I want the font to look like for my welcome sign. Okay, so this is the one I decided to go with, and then I'm just going to, you kind of figure out, this is the board that you're going to put it on. So I kind of figured out about how big I wanted it. So I wanted to bring it over to the 8-inch mark, and then I wanted it somewhere between 2 and 3 inches. So you can, make it bigger by kind of going like this if you wanted to or whatever. But I think right about here Right about there is how I want it. So now I'm just going to put my vinyl on here, and then we'll load it into the Cricut machine.
There's so much that I'm still keeping to myself, 'cause you don't listen, babe. But still you got me missing you. When I see you, my heart starts racing, but I don't know if I like this chasing and playing.
So you definitely don't need a Cricut to make these labels. You could use a stencil, or you could use vinyl stickers, or you could even just go on Etsy and grab a label for really inexpensive from a Cricut. So you don't need to have a Cricut machine to actually do this. So I don't know if you happened to catch my first Get It All Done video on this new channel, but I shared these amber glass pump bottles and spray bottles that I got from Amazon, and I love the look of amber glass bottles. I don't know, I think they're super farmhouse, modern farmhouse. So I wanted to make labels for these as well. These are super expensive bottles to just buy labeled, and this whole project was so cheap using my Cricut. And buying these, they were like a set of 2 bottles on Amazon. I paid a lot less than I would buying an actual amber glass bottle that is already labeled. So I just made this ones that say hands and then ones that say cleaner and put them on these, or it says clean, that's not cleaner. And I love the way that these turned out. And like I said, I think they are just so farmhouse looking. I think they're adorable.
I'm slipping away, so don't let me go. Nah, 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 nah. I'm all up in that love haze. So where do we go? Nah, nah. Just let me know that I am safe here in your arms. I wanna stay, stay. I'm slipping away, so don't let me go now. Your love is exceptional. It fills me up. It's out of control, out of control. Oh, baby, I love.
Okay, so this is the ingredients you're going to need for this recipe. 4 ears of corn, they're already washed and everything and ready to go. You could use corn, like frozen corn or canned corn, but to be honest, it is so much better if you cut it off the cob. It's a pain, but it really makes a big difference. And then cherry tomatoes and asparagus. I've already broken off the tough ends, and then I just have to cut these like probably in half one more time. And then minced red onion and basil, salt and pepper, lemon juice. You could squeeze lemons, but I just don't want to. And then olive oil. And that is everything that you need for this recipe. I actually had somebody ask me where I got my cutting board. I've had a couple people ask that. Actually, this cutting board is from Amazon, and it is linked down in my Amazon store. The link will be in the description box. Okay, so I just have this large pan of water. I'm going to bring that to a boil. I did salt the water, and then I'll prep the vegetables while I'm waiting for the water to boil.
It overflows. It's out of control, out of control. I'm in love. I'm in love. Yeah. I'm slipping away. Yeah. Just like I am dreaming. Walking around in this love haze. I wanna stay in this feeling. But let me
Okay, so once the water starts boiling, you're going to put the corn kernels in the boiling water and set it for 4 minutes. And then in the meantime, while that is boiling, I'm going to put my minced onion in the little bowl, and I'm going to add in a tablespoon of lemon juice, and I think it's either 2 or 3 tablespoons of olive oil, and I will put the recipe linked down in the description box. And then a pinch of salt and a pinch of pepper, and that is all that is in this dressing, and it is so refreshing and light. So once the corn is done boiling for 4 minutes, you add in the asparagus to it, and you boil it for another 3 minutes. In the meantime, you want to get ready a strainer and then a large bowl of ice water so that you can submerge the strained vegetables into the ice water to stop the cooking process right away. So these vegetables are kind of tender crisp. So then once you have that in the bowl, you add in the tomatoes, the basil, and the dressing, and then a little more salt and pepper. And this is our favorite side dish for the summer. It is so delicious. So in the meantime, I had the grill going, and we grilled up the chicken, and I just made some of the suddenly salad, pasta salad on the side. I kind of took a shortcut tonight. I like to usually make pasta salad, but these are nice to have around if you just want to cook quickly. So I made that, the suddenly salad, pasta salad, the grilled chicken, and then this farm stand corn salad, and it is a perfect and easy summer dinner. So I hope that you guys enjoy this. If you give it a try, let me know. It is seriously one of our favorites. So now that evening came around, the wind finally died down enough for me to be able to spray paint this. So I'm just giving it a really good wipe down because, like I said, my husband did sandblast it, so I just wanted to make sure there wasn't any residue left on it. And then I'm just taking my spray paint and I'm putting a light coat because I don't want it to run. So I do end up doing 2 coats of this spray paint, and then I let it dry overnight. So it is now the next morning. I had the milk can in the garage drying for the night. So now I'm just taking that label that I made on the Cricut machine and putting it on the milk can. And I absolutely love the way that this turned out. I think it's just, I don't know. I'm so glad I went with white label on the black milk can. It stands out and it'll look beautiful in like the landscaping, you know, by where you enter onto the walkway. I think that's where I'm going to put it. So now I'm just going to take my hands and cleaner bottles and put the cleaners that I like. This is the Caldrea Sea Salt and Neroli hand soap, and then I add the Caldrea Sea Salt and Neroli cleaner into the bottle, also into that bottle. So anyways, I want to thank you guys so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, getting a little bit of planting, some things done around the house, and some farmhouse DIYs. So if you guys enjoy this channel and you are new here, I hope you will consider subscribing, and please share my channel with your family and friends if you're enjoying it. It would help me out so much. I hope you guys all have an amazing day. I hope everybody is staying safe and well, and I appreciate you stopping by, and I will see you guys in my next video. Have a great day.